Yo, what's good, world, man? It's your boy, man. It's your boy Gio, man. We here with another one, man. We got one, man. This one is a crazy update, man. It's about the drones, man. It's been seen in New Jersey, New York, some everywhere you can think of, man. And people are going crazy about this stuff, man, trying to figure out what it really is, what's really going on. And a lot of the head honchos, they're not giving the correct reply that people are trying to hear and figure out what it is and why they're flying like that. They said it's some that's in the water, drones in the water. That's something that we don't have. Usually drones don't stay in the air for, 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. If you got a real good one or if you got a military one or something like that, you might push an hour, 2 hours with a crazy military one or something like that, something advanced and expensive. But they're saying that these things are in the air for hours and hours, and the way that the movement is and things of such and the shapes, some of them are shape shifting into planes and stuff like that people are saying that they're seeing. Some are coming out the water super deep, 20, 30, 40, 50 deep, coming out the water, man. You had one guy that was in Florida. I think he was in Florida, man, and he got arrested. He got arrested for shooting a drone, man. They said they had one that fell, and people had hazmat suits on. It was a no zone area that you could be around while they were investigating and getting the evidence and things of such. To keeping hush mouth about it. That's something that, people saying that it's sneaky, but your boy Trump said, man, we might have to shoot these things down. So that's something interesting coming from Trump. Him saying that, man, he's trying to come in strong, with this timing around that he's gonna be the president, man. He ain't playing no games. What's y'all take on this? Have y'all seen some? Do y'all have videos? Have y'all seen them shapeshift? Have you seen them come out the water? What have y'all discovered about them as well? This what I'm gonna show y'all is gonna be pretty interesting. So y'all tune into it and let me know what y'all think as far as feedback go. Um, Me personally, I think that they should get more in depth into it, see what's really going on. Because if it's a threat, if it's something from another country, things of such like that, then that's something that we got to take seriously as far as being, protecting the whole U.S. Man. It's not even just a few states, so you might as well just say the whole U.S. Man. We want to protect our country, man, and make sure that everyone's safe, man. And it's been flying over a lot of important people's properties and stuff, man. That's in the house and stuff like that, man. And just, neighbors, they're not feeling it. So this is something that we got to take heed to and really get more information and investigate more so furthermore and to see what's really up with these things, man. To be honest, they've been cited in my area as well, man. I'm pretty sure every state by now. And, it's going to keep going. It's a trending thing, something viral, man. And we got to get to the bottom of it, man. Honestly, it's just to the bottom line of it, man, on what's going on, man, how to proceed forward to get this taken care of. So y'all got to let me know what y'all think about this clip here, man. It's something interesting, man. I think people are hiding stuff, or it could be the military that's not with our military, that's controlled by a whole different segment of people that have connections with the intelligence and have more money than our particular White House have, if you will. I don't want to say certain words, but yeah, it's an organization that's outside of ours that's running the show, and they have the advanced technology. And Trump said it's time to get to the bottom of it because it could be a threat to the U.S. as well as the whole country if we're not knowing what's going on and what they have in store and what they could do, in future wise. So this is crazy, crazy news, big explosive news, viral news, man. So hit the comments. Let's talk about this one. Let's run it up, man, and let's go from there, man. Hit that subscribe button, that like and that share, man. I appreciate all that support, man. As always, y'all already know, man. We're gonna keep running it up, man. we're gonna keep running it up, man. And we're gonna keep coming together, man, making sure that everybody's taken care of, man. We the family, man. And to the next one, man, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, stay warm, stay happy. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm out.
People have a right, but the bottom line is people have a right to know. Someone should be standing from the FBI at a podium like this one and answering questions and actually briefing properly about what they know. The question I believe the FBI and DHS needs to brief the public on right now is, what do they know where these drones are from? Are they authorized or unauthorized? Right? Are they licensed or unlicensed? Where are they from? And making sure we do everything humanly possible and that they are taking every step, working in collaboration with the state police to prevent any drone from going to places where they shouldn't be, right? Which is a huge issue, right? You were talking about Picatinny Arsenal. Apparently, the Army reported there were 11 sightings, right? Over reservoirs have we seen sightings, right? And which could be a threat, of course, to public safety. What do we know where they are? How do we stop them from being at airports and other places? I feel very comfortable saying, based on the briefings that I've received to date, there does not appear to be any imminent threat to public safety or to our national security. But I do think everybody has a right to know, what does the FBI know where these drones are from? And going forward, are we going to give local and state law enforcement the tools they need to be able to monitor, right? Because let's assume that drone activity will continue as it has, and say there'll be more drones here and around the country. Local law enforcement right now doesn't have all the tools they need to both identify the drones and then, if they need to take them out of the air. I've called for making sure, and this is why I've introduced legislation this week to fund this, that local law enforcement can have radar equipment to be able to see the drones and know where they are, and then to be able to take them down and have the technology. Again, that's federal departments have that technology. I believe it should be shared with local law enforcement in partnership. They should work together to be able to get drones out of the sky that shouldn't be in the sky. If you see a drone flying over a reservoir, there shouldn't be a drone flying out of a reservoir, flying above a reservoir, or over a military base, or at an airport, right, or over other critical infrastructure, and they should be able to respond to it. Now, right, I know there's some people who have called for shooting it out of the sky. Again, I'm not for Wild West, right? I don't want people to run around shooting at drones, and you can put public safety. You don't want to put public safety in harm. There's ways and there's technology that exists to be able to take the drones out of the sky if they're over places they shouldn't be. And I think, listen, people have a right, but the bottom line is people have a right to know. Someone should be standing from the FBI at a podium like this one and answering questions and actually briefing properly about what they know. What does the FBI know where these drones are from? And going forward, are we going to give local and state law enforcement the tools they need to be able to monitor, right? Because let's assume that drone activity will continue as it has, and say there'll be more drones here and around the country. Local law enforcement right now doesn't have all the tools they need to both identify the drones and then, if they need to take them out of the air. There does not appear to be any imminent threat to public safety or to our national security. But I do think everybody has a right to know.
964 sightings of SUV-sized drones have been recorded across New Jersey, some of which have even been over critical military infrastructure. This heat map shared with us by local police highlights the shocking true scale of the mysterious drone activity across the Garden State. The drones have caused widespread concern across the nation as the government fails to provide any concrete answers.
Millions of Americans have their eyes to the sky, trying to unwrap a mystery. Ever since Thanksgiving, there have been thousands of reported drone sightings, mostly in the skies over New Jersey. Now those sightings have spread. Reports of flying objects have cropped up in half a dozen states in the Northeast, some even here in New York City. And now what was a curiosity is raising some alarm among some federal officials.
The FBI and Homeland Security Department have said these objects do not pose a threat to the public. In fact, some law enforcement officials believe they aren't drones, but planes or helicopters that are being mistaken for unmanned aircrafts. But despite that, some high-ranking elected leaders are demanding answers to what the objects are and who's controlling them. In the dark of night, the number of reported drone sightings in at least 6 East Coast states is now more than 3,000 and counting.
We saw blinking, like lots of blinking things up in the sky to the south, right over the ocean.
In New Jersey, unexplained drone activity was reported above a naval weapons station, while farther north, the FAA ordered temporary flight restrictions prohibiting drones over Picatinny Arsenal, where armament research is conducted, and over a Trump golf club.
There's one right above us.
But no one is sure how the oversized drones, some reported to be the size of cars, got there. At the White House, the National Security Communications Advisor offered this.
Many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
And a local sheriff seemed to discredit the credibility of a covert operation.
If they didn't put their lights on, no, they'd be located, right? Right. And they're putting their lights so they want you to see.
But some politicians want to know more.
The fact that the federal agencies responsible for briefing the public have not come forward in a clear way is unacceptable.
Yesterday, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy wrote a letter to President Biden asking for federal resources to figure out what's going on. And senators from New York and New Jersey signed a joint letter to the FBI, FAA, and Department of Homeland Security.
If you don't know whose it is and who's flying it, you have to take it down.
Well, that sentiment from New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand echoed by President-elect Donald Trump. He posted on Truth Social that the government should let the public know what the objects are or shoot them down. Experts caution the public should not take matters into their own hands. Shooting down a drone or any aircraft is a federal crime.
It's now confirmed. The drones originated from our oceans. Last Thursday, a sheriff from Ocean County, New Jersey, reported to state police, the FBI, and the U.S. Coast Guard that she witnessed 50 drones flying from the ocean toward the mainland. The flight path crossed the navigational channel at Island Beach State Park. The sheriff, a sworn officer, is considered a highly credible witness. In response, the Ocean County Sheriff's Office immediately deployed its own industrial-grade drone to track one of the 50 drones reportedly emerging from the sea. However, what happened next was unusual. The mysterious drones emitted no heat signature, unlike typical drones, and quickly evaded pursuit. Later, Coast Guard officials reported that 13 drones, each with an 8-foot wingspan, had tailed one of their vessels. These SUV-sized, unidentified flying objects have been hovering over New Jersey skies since November 18th, causing growing alarm among local residents. Explanations for these drones vary. Some speculate they could be foreign in origin, sent by adversaries. However, last Friday, both the White House and the Pentagon dismissed this theory, stating there was nothing to worry about and suggesting people might be overreacting. Yet, the confirmation that these drones originated from the sea has gone unanswered by the federal government.
See, even the police, they're going crazy. Aliens are attacking. Oh my god, now cars they're starting to notice. Here comes another. Oh, fire truck.
They're not U.S. military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
It's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
From the Coast Guard, who said that one of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones as they went through the water.
These are 6-foot drones that are somehow evading our detection. They are not being detected.
They're saying no threat, but how the hell do they know? They don't know anything. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it come from. They don't know nothing.
They know that they can't track them. They know that they don't emit a signal. They know that they can't see them when they turn their lights out. They also indicated that they don't know where they come from. They don't know where they go to.
One family claims they followed a drone in their car, and while it hovered above them, the clock in their car changed times.
Some of the FBI agents that have been assigned to look into this have reported drones flying over their homes.
It's right here over Picatinny. There was a drone just hanging out. I put my drone up in the air and went towards it. I had full battery life. Not 3 minutes into the flight, I lost control of the drone. Warning on my screen, lost control, and my drone started going down dead.
These are fully charged batteries. It's 2 batteries that have died within seconds, and the drone went up and, like a couple feet off the table, and then came right back down.
Okay, you see it? You see how it goes? See how it goes?
and then it becomes a spacecraft or aircraft or whatever you want to call it.
What the fuck is that, bro? Did it just get smaller? Bro, what?
Above the ocean, and it was low, very low, but so bright and so clear, and it was huge. Like when you...
I'm concerned. I issued a letter to ask for more information, and I think there should be a lot more transparency about that.
Can you make that make more sense? Because I think people in New York and New Jersey see drones the size of an SUV over their house every night and think that that doesn't make any sense.
I understand why people would be looking at this and being concerned about it. We're concerned about it too, which is why we have the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI. My goodness, looking at this, and we're taking it seriously. We
2 there are flying, 1's hovering.
Lawmakers are putting new pressure on security agencies for answers after mysterious drone sightings in at least a half dozen states.
For weeks, we've asked for the truth and action to mitigate any and all threats to people and property. Now, we are demanding it.
The FBI and the Department of Homeland Security say there's no evidence of a current threat to public safety or of foreign influence, adding that of the 5,000 tips they've received so far, less than 100 of them have generated credible leads. But still, members of Congress, including President-elect Donald Trump's pick to be National Security Advisor, are demanding more.
What the drone issue points out are kind of gaps in our agencies, gaps in our authorities, and I think Americans are finding it hard to believe we can't figure out where these are coming from.
On Sunday, New York Senator and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer urged federal officials to send drone tracking equipment to New York and New Jersey, bringing new attention to which agencies have drone authority and possible reforms needed.
Right now, only parts of the Department of Justice, Department of Homeland Security, and Department of Defense are allowed to detect and mitigate drones. This needs to change, and it needs to change fast.
Over the weekend, there was a series of new proposals to give government agencies more power to track or take down drones, especially in sensitive areas like airports and seaports.
Here in Hazlitt, police say that they've seen an uptick in the number of drones being reported. And while federal authorities continue to tell the public that these drones don't pose a risk to public security, local leaders are asking for more authority to deal with the drones themselves.
And they're huge, too, so I don't know what's going on.
Questions and concerns are mounting over those mysterious nighttime drone sightings.
Like they're recording people, or they're like just going around like sitting there and just looking at you?
On Friday night, drone activity forced New York State's Stewart Airfield, which serves commercial and military flights, to shut down for 1 hour. In Boston, 2 men were arrested Saturday near Logan Airport for what police say was a hazardous drone operation. And here in New Jersey's Monmouth County, police released a heat map to help track drone sightings in real time.
This is a national public safety and security issue, right? If they aren't foreign drones, then it is a state public safety issue.
Local officials are urging the federal government to give them more control over their skies, calling on them to extend investigative capabilities to state and local authorities.
At the state level, county and local, we don't have that tech, we don't have the authority to even take one of these down.
And Monmouth County is asking people not to dial 911 if they believe that they've seen the drones. Instead, call the non-emergency line. That is unless they see 5 or 6 hovering at a low altitude, weaving in and out.
So the drones are coming from the inside of the ocean.
Breaking news. It's now confirmed. The drones originated from our oceans. Last Thursday, a sheriff from Ocean County, New Jersey, reported to state police, the FBI, and the U.S. Coast Guard that she witnessed 50 drones flying from the ocean toward the mainland. The flight path crossed the navigational channel at Island Beach State Park. The sheriff, a sworn officer, is considered a highly credible witness.
On duty at the time, and she reports that she saw 50 drones coming from the ocean to the mainland.
In response, the Ocean County Sheriff's Office immediately deployed its own industrial-grade drone to track one of the 50 drones reportedly emerging from the sea. However, what happened next was unusual. The mysterious drones emitted no heat signature, unlike typical drones, and quickly evaded pursuit. Later, Coast Guard officials reported that 13 drones, each with an 8-foot wingspan, had tailed one of their vessels. These SUV-sized, unidentified flying objects have been hovering over New Jersey skies since November 18th, causing growing alarm among local residents. Explanations for these drones vary. Some speculate they could be foreign in origin, sent by adversaries. However, last Friday, both the White House and the Pentagon dismissed this theory, stating there was nothing to worry about and suggesting people might be overreacting. Yet, the confirmation that these drones originated from the sea has gone unanswered by the federal government.
We have not. Okay. People ask me, you've been to Area 51. Okay, please. SpaceX actually has Area 59. It's even better, 8 better than 51. So, among the set of actions we can take that are likely to increase the scope and scale of consciousness such that we are better able to understand the nature of the universe, one of those actions is to become a multi-planet species or ensure that life is multiplanetary. Not because I think something that, it's not from the standpoint of it just being an escape hatch or because I think that Earth is doomed, but there's a certain probability that is irreducible that something may happen to Earth. Despite our best intentions, despite everything we try to do, there's a probability at a certain point that some either external force or some internal unforced error causes civilization to be destroyed, or sufficient. A Navy weapons station in New Jersey now confirms multiple cases of drones entering its airspace. The Garden State's newly elected Senator, Andy Kim, posted this new video of lights hovering near a reservoir in his state. And former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan posted this video today showing what appear to be large drones circling his house last night. The White House, Pentagon, and FBI have all said while they do not know what these objects are, there's no evidence of a threat.
You can make a swarm of assassin drones by just taking the Face ID chip that's used in cell phones and having a small explosive charge and a standard drone and have them just do a grid sweep of the building until they find the person they're looking for, ram into them and explode. You can do that right now. No new technology is needed. Right now.
Elon Musk's words illustrate a frightening potential of existing technology. While currently the risk of such a dark scenario is limited, it's a wake-up call that underscores our shared responsibility to guide the future of tech towards safety and shared benefit. We cannot let fear rule us, but we must let it motivate us to act.
The future wars are really going to be, and we're seeing a taste of that in Ukraine, very much drone wars.
Mm-hmm. So. Couldn't AI, even in this moment, just with the technology that we have before us, be used in some fairly destructive ways?
You could make a swarm of assassin drones for very little money by just taking the Face ID chip that's used in cell phones and having a small explosive charge and a standard drone and have them just do a grid sweep of the building until they find the person they're looking for, ram into them and explode. You can do that right now. No new technology is needed. Right now.
People just think this stuff is of sci-fi novels and movies and it's so far away, but every time I hear you speak, it's like, well, no, this stuff is sitting, it's right here.
Probably a bigger risk than being hunted down by a drone is that AI would be used to make incredibly effective propaganda.